A car spent 2.5 hours in a journey. How long will it take another car moving at 3 times its speed? If the car spent 2.5 hours in a journey, that means the car covered a distance at these hours or at this time. Speed is calculated from distance covered divided by time taken to cover the distance. That is what gives speed. Let's assume that the distance the car covered is 10 kilometers. So that means the speed, which can be represented by S, will be 10. The assumed kilometers that the car covered, since the question was silent about the distance. All over time, the time taken was 2.5. Now, they said that how long will it take another car moving at 3 times its speed? If this 10 over 2.5 is the speed of the first car, then the second car speed will be 10 all over 2.5 times 3, because they say it is moving at a speed of 3 times the first car. That means speed of second car is equal to the speed of the first car, which is 10 divided by 0.5. Sorry, 10 divided by 2.5 times 3. Let's simplify this. This will mean 30. 3 times 10 is 30 divided by 2.5. Divided by 30 divided by 2.5 is giving you 12 kilometers per hour. This is the speed of the second car. Now what the question is asking for is how long. How long means time. How long will it take means which time will it take. So if speed is distance all over time, if you cross multiply, find that distance will be speed times time, and only time will be distance divided by speed. You can see now that d all over s is equal to t. That means distance divided by speed is equal to time. And the distance is the assumed distance, which was 10. While the speed is the speed you have just calculated. So use the speed 12 to divide 10, the distance will be time. 10 divided by 12. 0.83 minus 0.83. This is the time, hours. This is an example of inverse proportion. The higher the input, the less the output. The more effort you put, the less reward you get. Look at this. When the speed was 4 kilometers per hour, you could see that the time taken was 2.5. But when the speed increased to 12 kilometers per hour, the time taken became less than 1 hour, 0.83. That means the higher the speed, the less the time. The smaller the speed, the more the time. So this is an example of inverse proportion. This question says that your mother, yes, you, not me, your own mother, could buy 8 cups of rice at 30 naira per cup. The question is not asking you, because it's your mother, how many liters of oil could she buy with same amount if a liter of oil is 24 naira? Your mother is good at going to market to buy rice and oil. You must be a Yoruba man. You must be a Yoruba girl or a Yoruba boy. You. Okay? If she could buy 8 cups of rice at 30 naira per cup, that means the amount of money she has is 8 times 30 naira. Total amount with your mother. Total amount your mother went to market with is 8 times 30. 8 times 30 naira. 8 times 0 is 0. 8 times 3 is 24. So your mother went to market with 240 naira. So if this is the total amount of money she went to market with, the question is not asking how many liters of oil could she buy with same amount of 240 naira. If a liter of oil is 24 naira. If a liter of oil is 24 naira and she has 240, just use 24 to divide 240, you get the number of oil she could buy. So amount of liters of oil will come by divide the total amount of money your mother went to market with how much 1 liter of oil is. Whatever it gives you is the number of liters she can buy. You just take. But let's still use our calculator. 240 divided by 24 is giving you 10. So she can buy 10 liters of oil. If she buy less than 10 liters, that means your mother is Olodo. They have cheated her. But if she should buy more than 10 liters, that means your mother is a thief. She must have cheated the person that is selling the oil. A motorbike using 7 liters of petrol to cover 42 kilometers. How far could it cover with 12 liters? This is a direct proportion. Because if it's using 7 liters to cover 42 kilometers, that means when it is using 12 liters, it will cover more kilometers. That means the more input now will bring more result. The question says 7 liters gives 42 kilometers. Then 12 liters will give, when more, less you divide. 12 divided by 7 times 42 all over 1. Whatever you get here now is in kilometers, because it will be the distance it can cover with 12 liters of petrol. Use a calculator first. Have 12 times 42 divided by 7, giving you 72 kilometers. You can see it. 72 kilometers. Direct proportion. When the number of liters was less kilometers were covered. Now that the number of liters is high, more kilometers was covered. This is an example of a direct proportion. The table below shows the number of pieces of cloth gotten from different equal lengths cut out of a roll of cloth. Length of 5 gave 8 pieces. Length of 8 gave 5 pieces. Length of 20 gave 2 pieces. This is an inverse proportion because the less the number of lengths, the more the quantity you can get it from. Now, the question said that we should calculate the quantity in C, the quantity 4Cn could give. B said that we should calculate the length quantity of 80 could also give. From the table, you could see that if you multiply the length and the quantity, it will always give you the same figure. That means length times quantity will always give you a particular figure. In the first instance, the length was 5. Multiply it to 8. It will give you a figure. 5 times 8 is 40. You could see the same length of 8 multiplied to quantity of 5 will give you the same 40. The last one, length of 20 multiplied to 2 quantities will give you the same 40. So now we are going to use the difference or the relationship between length and quantity in calculating our question number A and B. Question number A, it says that the length is 4 centimeters. So just write 4 centimeters times quantity. Let's use square to represent quantity. It's supposed to be 40. That means only quantity. What this means is 4Q. If you multiply 4 and Q, you give you 4Q is equal to 40. Divide both sides by 4. You will left with only Q here. You have 40 divided by 4. And 40 divided by 4, which is 10, becomes the quantity you can cut from length of 4 centimeters. Question number B. The question says the length of quantity 80. How many of the length could, how many of the quantity can come out of it? In that place, remember, length times quantity is always 40. There, the quantity is 80. So we have, let's use L and represent length times quantity, which is 80, is equal to 40. 80 times L give you 80L. Is equal to 40. If you divide both sides by 80, you have L left. You're going to have 40 divided by 80. And 40 divided by 80 will give you half, which is 0.5. That is the value of your length, and this is going to be cm. Remember, this is going to. As it is now, we have come to the end of that question. Assuming 10 liters of petrol cost 1,000 naira. Construct a table and draw a graph representing the information. Then from your graph, find the cost of 12, 15, 25, and 55 liters. B. Find the number of liters. 1,005, 2,005, 4,005, and 5,005 100 nairas can buy. First of all, let's construct the table. I'm going to construct the table vertically. They say assuming 10 liters of petrol costs 10 naira. Naira and liters. $1,000 naira, 10 liters. So we have 1,000. 10 liters can buy 1,000. Okay? That means 20 liters can buy 2,000 liters. It's a very simple table. 30 liters, 3,000 can buy it. 40 liters, continuous in that progression, 4,000. 50 liters, 5,000. 60 liters, 6,000. The most you can take is 70 liters, 7,000. Let's make it a table, because that is the instruction. This is our table now. So, question number A. Okay, they say we should draw a graph. So we are going to draw a graph using this table of value now. I would like you to copy this table of value into your exercise book, because I am going to paste a graph paper on this whiteboard. And when I do, as I will bring the camera close, for you to see the graph book clearer, you will not be seeing this table of value from the whiteboard, so that you can be having access to it on your exercise book. So I'll give you a few minutes to copy down this table of value, because we are going to use it to plot the graph. You can see it clearer. Copy it down in your exercise book, the table of values. We are going to use it. Okay. You can see the graph book pasted on the whiteboard at the extreme right. I'm going to bring it closer now. And when I do, you will see it clearly. I want to bring it, you can see I'm bringing it closer. Bringing it closer. That is a graph book. You can still come closer. You can see it. I think this is the much it can come. Okay. Don't just worry, I just want to show you that this is a graph book. You can see on the graph side of the graph book, that is the left side, I pasted a ruler. You can see the ruler there. I'm going to use the ruler to explain how to choose scale if you want to plot a graph, how you choose scale. That was why I pasted the ruler, because I'm going to use it to explain to you how to choose scale if you want to plot a graph. Then on the right hand side, you could see, let me bring it closer. Okay, it's coming closer, it's coming closer. Okay, I think this is the much it can come. You can see the table of values. You can read the values now. You can read what I wrote there. This table of values is exactly the table of values we wrote on our whiteboard that was standing vertically. Now we have written it horizontally on the exercise book side of our graph book. That is exactly the way you are supposed to do it in case you are to construct or to draw a graph either in your internal or external examination, you do it like this because your examiner needs it to really know that you know what you're doing. If you come below the table of values, you're going to see the scale. Let me see if I can bring it closer so that you see it better. The scale, okay? I think this is the much it can come. You can read it now. As I wrote, along x-axis 2cm represents 10 liters. Below, I wrote units. You can use 10 liters, you can use 10 units. They are all correct. Then along y-axis 2cm represents 1,000 naira. When we get close, as I told you, I am going to use the ruler that you can see. Let me shift this back so I can see the ruler. Watch. Okay, it's going back. Okay, you can see the ruler at the left hand side of the graph paper. I'm going to use that ruler to explain to you how to choose scales when you are to plot a graph. Now I am very close to the graph paper. You can see the ruler. This is the ruler, and this is the graph paper. What exactly I wanted to show you about choosing scale, or about the scale we chose, is this. If you look at the calibration of the ruler, you find out that this is the beginning of the calibration. This place is the beginning of the calibration of the ruler. From here to here is 1 cm. You can see the calibration is in cm, the one down, not the mm, the cm. It means that from here to here is 1 cm. From here to here is another 1 cm. That means from here to here is 2 cm. It goes down like this. This is another 2 cm. This is another 2 cm. Okay? Now, the explanation I want to make now is this. You can see that this graph have thicker lines that are in the intervals of 2 cm. It began with a thick line, and this is the next thick line. You can see that this line, this one, and that one are thicker than these small squares that are inside. Okay, from the beginning of the thick line to the end of, or the next thick line, is 2 cm apart. That means it started from here and ended here. So this is a 2 cm square. This is a 2 cm square. That was why we chose this scale. Look at the scale. That we said along x-axis that 2 cm represents 10 liters or 10 units. Now, what it means is that when you want to calibrate the graph side, in between 2 cm's, you are going to put 10 liters or 10 units. In fact, in this case, it's going to be 10 liters because we are working in the amount of money you can use to buy a specified liter of petrol. Now, our scale of along x-axis, that 2 cm represents 10 liters. That means this is the x-axis. The horizontal axis is the x-axis. Starting from here to this place is the x-axis, while the vertical axis, starting from down to up, is the y-axis. Then, as the scale said, along x-axis, that 2 cm represents 10 units or 10 liters. That means that when you want to calibrate your graph paper, watch. For instance, if you start from here, if here is your 0, that means here is going to be 10. The next one here will be 20. Here will be 30. It will keep increasing like that. Somewhere here will be 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. So that is the meaning of every, because from here to here is 2 cm. So in intervals of 2 cm, you have 10 liters or 10 units. The next interval of 2 cm, you have another 10 liters, which should be 20. Another interval of 2 cm, you have 10 liters, which is going to be 30, and it will increase like that until you get the number of liters that you have in your table of values. Like now you have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. So in calibrating your x-axis, you first of all count. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces of 10 to calibrate. That means when you come to the x-axis, you can draw your vertical line here. If you draw a vertical line here or here, so that you have enough 2 centimeters apart that can contain 70 liters. Hope you understand me. Also, in the vertical axis, which is the y-axis, you also consider your table of value. Like here you have, because you're going to plot the amount of money on the vertical axis. What to plot on the horizontal axis, which is the x-axis, is the liters. Okay. Now you are going to consider also how many pieces of 10,000, sorry, 1,000 do you have? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,000. Since you have chosen that along y-axis, that is the vertical axis that began from below and ends on top, along y-axis, that 2 cm represents 1,000. That means you are also going to count from down to up. This is 1, 2 cm, 2, 3, 2 cms, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, but you have 7 pieces of 1,000 in your table of value. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now you are going to draw the horizontal line that will demarcate the place you begin to calibrate on your y-axis. So if you draw it here or here, you will still have enough space that will contain the 7 pieces of 1,000. So had it been you draw it here now, you're going to see 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, 9,000. That means you even stop somewhere here and you will have enough space again. So that is the essence of the ruler I have put, and what I told you I'm going to use it to explain to you. It is how to draw plot graphs and how to choose scales. There are some graph papers that the squares you have are not 2 cm apart, just like you have this one now, that the squares are squares that have dimensions that measures 2 cm. There are some that are 1 cm. It will start from here, the thick line will start from here and end after 1 cm. So in that case, you also consider it before you choose your scales. It could have been, had it been that the the squares or the thick lines are 1 cm apart, which you can find in most of your graph papers also. It could have been, instead of 2 cm represents 10 liters, it could have been 1 cm represents 10 liters. So that is what I said I'm going to explain. Now, if I take the camera away now, by the time you come back and see this graph paper, I must have drawn my vertical line on this line and draw the horizontal on this line, just as I have just explained to you, because if I draw it here, I will have enough space to put my 10 liters, which the table of value has, and there are 7 pieces. So if I draw a vertical line here, I will have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. So it can contain my 70. So why I must draw it here or here is that if I draw it somewhere here, I now have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. You can see that it cannot contain my 70. So that is why I have to shift back enough and begin to either draw it here or here. That will give me the space of having up to 7 thick lines before the end of the graph. Likewise, the same thing on the vertical axis, which is the y-axis. I am not going to draw the horizontal line here, because if I do it here, I have 7,000 to calibrate from the table of value. You can see 7,000 there. So if I had drawn the horizontal line here and I want to calibrate 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, you can see it can see content. But if I come up like here to draw it, you can find out that I have 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000. It cannot contain my 7,000. That's why I have to come down enough to draw the horizontal line so that I have enough space to contain the values I have in the table of value. So now I am going to draw the lines. If I draw the lines, that is the next thing you are going to see by the time you see the graph paper again. You can see that I have drawn the line. Look at the vertical one and look at the horizontal one, which is the x-axis, and look at the vertical one, which is the y-axis. So you can go ahead and write y here. You can write y-axis. That is exactly how you do it if you are in exam hall. Then the horizontal axis is the x-axis. So we write x-axis here. X-axis. All these small things means a lot. It makes you to get the whole mark that the examiner has for that question. Then at this point of intersection of the vertical and horizontal line, put 0. This place now, put 0. This 0 means from here up the y-axis is the positive side. From here down is negative side of the y-axis. From here also towards the right is the positive side of the x-axis. From here towards the left is the negative side of the x-axis. But in this case, we don't have any negative values in our table of value. We only have positives. Now the next thing now is calibration. Remember that the letters you have should fall in on the x-axis, because we have said that along x-axis 2CL represents 10 letters. That means we are going to begin to put in the values. This is going to be 10. This will be 20. This will be 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. You can see that the last liters of fuel we have in our table of value is 70. Then the calibration of the y-axis now is going to be here. It started from 1,000 and it ended at 7,000. So the first thick square we take 1,000. The second one 2,000. The third one, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000. So you can stop here. If you like, you can include 8,000, although you're not going to make use of it, this 8,000, because the last number you have in the table of value is 7,000. So now you have finished calibrating the graph paper. It's now for you to plot. From the table of values, you have 10 liters, 1,000 naira can buy 10 liters. So where you have 1,000 and 10 liters, bring the line up where the two lines meet. You put your point. So you're going to put your point here, where the line of 1,000 and 10 liters meet. So put your point at the point of intersection of the two lines. The next one is 2,000 can buy 20 liters. So you come where you have 20 liters along x-axis. Trace it up to where you have 2,000 on the x-axis. So where they meet, put your point. So this is where they meet. So put a point here. The next is 3,000 naira can buy 30 liters. So where you have 30 liters and 3,000, this is 30 liters and this is 3,000. This is the line of 3,000 and this is the line of 30 liters. So where they meet is here. So put your point there. Okay. The next is 4,000 can buy 40 liters. So come to where you have 40 liters and where you have 4,000. Look at 4,000 here. Okay. Trace the number. Sorry, trace the line to where it meets with the line of 40 liters. So the point of intersection of the two lines, put your point there. So I'm going to put your point in this place. The next is 5,000 can buy 50 liters. Go to where you have 50 liters. Trace it up to where you have 5,000. Look at 5,000. So where the two lines meet, the line of 5,000 and the line of 50 liters, where they meet is here. So put your point there. The next one is 6,000 can buy 60 liters. So go to where you have 60 liters. Trace it up to where you have 6,000. This is 6,000. Yes. So this is the line of 6,000. And this is the line of 6 liters. And 6,000. So they'll meet here. This is where they meet. So you're going to put your point here. The last but not the least is that 7,000 can buy 70 liters, sorry. So go to where you have 70. This is 70, which is the last. Trace it up to where you have 7,000. Look at 7,000 here. Hope you can see it. So trace the line of 7,000 to where it will meet the line of 70. This is the line of 70. To the line of 7,000. So they meet somewhere here. So put your point there. Now you can see the points from the lowest to the highest. Now the next thing you do, by the time you see the graph paper again, I must have used ruler to join these points, and it's going to give me a straight line. That is exactly what I want to do now. When next you are going to see this graph sheet again, you are going to see these points joined together. You can see that I have joined the points. You can see the line. It's a perfect straight line that I have joined the points. When you have done this, you have scored between 50 and 60% of the marks that are attached to this question. Then the next thing is for you to go to the question. Look at the question. The question said we should find that question number A. You can see a number A. That is number A. It says find the cost of 12 liters, 15 liters, 25 liters, and 55 liters. I am going to show you how to find these values now. First of all, I am going to list these numbers 12, 15, 25, and 55 on the exercise book side of the graph paper, so that when we find the value, it will be easy for us to trace it from the exercise book side, not from the whiteboard side again, that is very far. You can see that I have brought the question from the whiteboard to the exercise book part of our graph paper. Question number A said, find the cost of 12 liters, 15 liters, 25 liters, and 55 liters. So we want to answer question number A now. And how are you going to answer it? Watch very carefully. This is 12 liters. And along your x-axis, you have the calibration on liters. Now look closely. From 0 here to here is 10. But in between 0 and 10, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 small squares. That means that from here to here is 1, to here is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, then the broad one that is not 10. After 10 also you have 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. After 20 you have 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. It continues like that. So now that they want to ask the cost of 12 liters, just come to your graph paper. This is 10. You know that 12 is more than 10. This is 10. Then you have from here to here is now 11. Then from here to here is 12. So since you have found here to be 12, this is 10, 11, 12. Trace this line of 12 up and know where it meets with the line you have drawn. It made the line, this line now, here. Now read the value you have horizontally to your y-axis. This is the where you have the value. So put the point here. Put your point here. So you are going to read the value. Any value you read at this point is the amount of money that can buy 12 liters. Remember how we did it. This is 10, 11, 12, because in between the 10 are 10 small squares. That means each of the small squares is 1. We have counted from here to here, we got 10. So after 10 you have 11 and you have 12. The line of 12, which is here, trace it up. It will meet the straight line you joined, the point you joined, that straight line, it will meet it here, exactly here. Then trace it back to your y-axis. Then where it made the y-axis, put your point. You can see where we put the point now. So we're going to read this value now. The same thing on the vertical axis, which is the y-axis. This is 0. This place now is 0. If from here to here is 1000, that means from here to here is 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, and then 1000. If you cross the 1000 also, you are going to have 1100, 1,200, 1,300, 1,400, 1,500, 1,600, 1,700, 1,800, 1,900, then 2,000. It is like that till the end of the calibration. Now, we want to read this value, these points we plotted here. If this is 1,000 and the small squares are 100 naira, that means this is 1,000, this is 1,100 naira. This will now be 1,200 naira. That means it is 1,200 naira that can buy 12 liters of petrol. So question number one, so question number A, you come here and write number A, 12 liters will cost 1,200 naira. It's very simple. Now we go to the next question. They say how much will buy 15 liters? Still go to your x-axis. This is 10. So this will be 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So this is the line of 15. This place now. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So this line of 15, trace it up. Where it meets your line, trace the value towards the left to meet your x-axis. Trace it. It meets the x-axis here. So read the value you have here. Put a point here and read your value. This is 1,000, 1,100, 1,200, 1,300, 1,400, now 1,500. That means 15 liters it is 1,500 that could buy it. The next one is 25. Come to your x-axis. This is 20. This is 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So this line of 25, trace it up to meet your line. You can see it made the line here. Now trace it down to the x-axis. If you trace it down to the x-axis, it will be somewhere here. So put your point here. So when you put a point here, you read the value. Here is 2,000. That means this is 2,100, 2,200, 2,300, 2,400, 2,500. That means 25 liters. It will be 2,500 that can buy it. The last for question number A is 55 liters. Go to your x-axis. This is 50 liters. That means this is 51. This is 52. This is 53, 54. This is 55. Let's do it again. This is 50. Watch closely. 51, 52, 53, 54, 55. So this line of 55 now, trace it up. It's a very long one. Trace it up. Don't be confused. Trace it up. You can see that it meets the line at this point. Now trace it to the left hand side to meet the y-axis. Be very careful, don't miss the line. So let's go about it again. I've missed it. You have 51, 52, 53, 54, 55. Okay, take it up. Take it up, take it up. So it made the line here. Now press it to the left hand side to make the vertical axis. Okay, it meets it here. So put your point here and read the value. This is 5,000, 5,100, 5,200, 5,000, 5,100, 5,200, 5,300, 5,400, and 5,500. That means 55 liters. Come and write it here. 55 liters. It is 5,500 naira that can buy it. So we are finished with question number A. This is exactly how you place it on your exercise book side of your graph paper. Then question number B. Question number B now. Question number B said that we should find the number of liters 1,005 can buy, 2,005 can buy, 4,500 can buy, and 5,500 can buy. Without even going to the graph, the answers to some of the question has been given in question number A. For instance, where they say how much or how many liters can 1,500 buy, already you have calculated that 1,500 can buy 15 liters. I hope you can see it. So you can just go ahead and say 1,500 can buy 15 liters. Because already you have done it the other way, using 15 liters to calculate from your graph paper how many the amount of money that can buy the 15 liters. But we are still going to go to the graph paper to confirm all these values we are picking now. Okay, this is the shortest way you can answer question number B, but I want us to also answer it from the graph so that you will be highly equipped on how to read values from your graph paper. Okay, let's take that 1,005. So in this case now, you go to the y-axis, the horizontal axis. You know, I told you, if from here to here is 1,000, that means from here to here is 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900 before 1,000. Now, they said, find the number of liters 1,005 can buy. So come to where you have 1,005. This is 1,000. That means this is 1,100, 1,200, 1,300, 1,400, 1,500. The place we have put our dot before. So from there, trace the line. From this point now of 1,500, trace the line. Wherever it meets the straight line you joined, trace down. So we're going to trace the line. It meets it here. Meets it here. Then trace it down. You have. So this is where it meets. So read this value. Put your point here and read the value. The value now is, here is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So you can see that it corresponds with the 15 liters we wrote ahead of time that we got from question number A that we answered. Then the next is, how many liters will 2,500 buy? 2,500 can buy. So go to your y-axis where you have the calibration of naira. This is 2,000. If this is 2000, that means this is 2100, 2200, 2300, 2400, 2500. It has tallied with the place you have point before. So trace it to meet your line. You can see it meets your line here. Then trace and read your value down. So the value is going to be here. So put your point here. Now read the value. Here is 20. So you have 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. That means 2,500 naira can buy 25 liters. Hope you can see how it goes. The next one is 4,500. So go to your y-axis where you have the calibration of naira. If this is 4,000, that means this is 4,100, 4,200, 4,300, 4,400, and 4,500. Let me take it again. 4,000, 4,100, 4,200, 4,300, 4,400, 4,500. Now trace it to where you have your line. Trace it. Don't miss the line. It joins your line here. Now bring it down and read the value you have down. So I'm tracing it down. So it comes here. So put your point here and read the value you have there. This is 40. This will be 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. That means 4,500 naira. 4,500 naira can buy 45 liters. The last but not the least, 5,500. This is your 5,000. If this is 5,000, that means here is 5,001, 5,002, 5,003, 5,004, 5,005. So trace the line to where it meets your straight line. So trace it. It meets your straight line here. Now read your value down. If you read your value down, it's going to give you. Be very careful. Don't miss the line. So it's come to this place. So put your point there. Now read the value. So this is 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55. That means that 5,500 naira, 5,500 naira can buy 55 liters. And that is the end of the question. I hope you understood how to plot graphs of this nature, because I knew why I took my time to break it down like this, so that you'll be able to understand. I, out of experience, know that students used to run away from plotting graphs. But the truth is that if you understand the ethics, if you understand the secrets, you will be very, very happy when you see a question that is asking you to plot a graph. Last thing I want to add before we call it a day in this question and go into plotting the other graph that we have is this. This question, which we have plotted its graph now, assuming that 10 liters of petrol costs 1,000 naira, construct a table and draw a graph representing the information. From your graph, find the cost of 12, 15, 25, and 55 liters. Question number B, find the number of liters 1,500, 2,500, 4,500, and 5,500 can buy. I want to tell you, if you look at the table of values, you can find out that as the number of liters increases down, the amount that can buy them also increases down. That means this is a direct proportion. And it's because it is a direct proportion. That was why the line we plotted went this way. The next one we are going to plot now is the graph of inverse proportion. And when we do, instead of the line moving from 0 towards this side, you will see that it will slope from somewhere here and come across like this. So that means anywhere you see a graph that has this shape in a straight line, that is the graph of a direct proportion. But if it goes this way, because the one we are going to plot now, which is the graph of speed against time, you are going to see that it's going to slope down in this way, and that shows that it is the graph of an inverse